Algebra 2, Algebra 2, Algebra 2. Welcome back, guys. Here we go. We are in section 2 today, chapter 7, talking all about inverse relations and inverse functions. This is going to be a pretty easy section, all right? So there's not a lot of big, brand new concepts, so praise the Lord for that, right? When it comes to graphing in this, it's very, very easy. We're talking, capable of graphing a lot of these even without the calculator. But yes, of course, you can still use the calculator. And some very simple algebra. Okay, so jump right into it. You can see very, very minimal when it comes to our notes. And it says even when you're asked to graph the relation, they give you the table. Here's how simple it is. They're giving you a table. All right, and what I mean by that, take a look at our first example. That's a table. Simple. Here's your x's, here's your y's. That's all they're saying. So they're going to give you a table. All right, you're going to graph the points because you don't even have the equation. You just graph the points. It's that easy. Then when they say graph the inverse, you're just flipping the values. All I mean by flipping the values is whatever they said, this is the x's, you make those the y's. And at the beginning, they said, here's your y's. Now you make those the x's. That's it when it comes to the beginning. All right. Now the next part, when they ask you to write the inverse of a function, all right, we're at the second point here. All you're doing, switch the x's and y's and solve for y. Okay. And I gave you an example problem of exactly what I mean. Here is what they would give you. Everything in the red is you switching it. I switched the x and y, and then everything in the green is me solving for y. That's all you have to do. They give you the equation, switch x and y, then solve for y. That's going to represent an inverse function. Okay? And then right there, when asked to graph, make the inverse. Just use the graphing calculator if you want to be super simple and easy. All right? Again, I gave all the info in the second note. The first note is so straightforward. Let's just do an example problem so you understand how easy this really is. Here's all your x's, every x, every y. That means they've given you points. So just for the sake of time, I'm just going to graph 3 points. Let's keep it easy. All right. So you're going to graph 1, 0. You're going to graph 3, 1. And you're going to graph 4, 2. And then in a different color. What did I mean by the inverse? Just flip the x and y's. That's it. All you're doing now, 0, 1, 1, 3, 2, 4. That's all I'm talking about. It is that easy. Graph the original, 1, 0. There's a dot. 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, and 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. All right, and then let's do the inverse relation. So 0, 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all I'm saying here, guys. It is that easy. Okay, let's fill in these lines right here. You can see there's going to be just an intro to a curve there, and eventually they would curve over one another. That's what I'm talking about. It's that easy. So let's do the next one here. Example problem, write the inverse of each function. Step 1, switch the x and y. All right, so now we're going to say x equals y over 3. How do we get y by itself? We're going to multiply both sides by 3. That will cross that out. You're simply looking at y equals 3x. This is like Algebra 1 stuff. That's just good. We like this kind of stuff, all right? Do the same thing. Switch x and y. X equals y plus 2/3. Get rid of that. Minus 2/3. Minus 2/3. X minus 2/3 equals y. These guys would have crossed out, isolating the y value. That's what I'm talking about. Easy, straightforward right there. Let's do a couple more. All right. Just to make sure it's really setting in. X equals 5y minus 7. All right, go through your basic algebra steps. Add 7. Good, cross it out. Add 7. But in this case, there's nothing to put that 7 with, so we just say x plus 7 equals 5y. Now we got to get rid of that y. So divide by 5, divide everything by 5. 5s will cross out. Y equals x plus 7, the whole thing divided by 5. Excellent. All right, follow those steps, simple enough. The last example problem, it's this straightforward, guys, okay? I might kind of be going fast, but the reason is this is Algebra 1 stuff. You can do this, all right? Let's set it up. Switch the x and y. X equals 2/3 y plus 2. All right, let's go through it. Subtract 2, cross that out. Remember, it's actually x minus 2 because there's nothing to take 2 from. So x minus 2 equals 2/3 y. Now, how do you get rid of a fraction? You multiply by the reciprocal. You don't actually divide. Multiply by the reciprocal. So we're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal, which is 3/2. And make sure you notice I put the whole thing in parentheses right here. The whole thing needs to be in parentheses, multiplied by the reciprocal right there. So this will cross out this, leaving just the y. Okay, and now go ahead and distribute into the parentheses right there. So you're going to be looking at a 3/2x, and then you're looking at 3/2 multiplied by 2, just so you can really get the basics. 3/2 multiplied by the way, it's a -2. All right, 3 times a -2 makes a -6. 2 times 1 makes 2. And a -6/2 makes a -3. There is our inverse function. All right, so let's zoom out. That way you get to see all of those inverse functions worked out perfectly right there for you. That's it. Okay, so the first 2 sections, not too shabby. Okay, not bad. Make sure you're comfortable and confident here. You got questions, send me an email or ask in class. Those are your best opportunities, all right? Take advantage of those opportunities. All right, guys, that's it. We'll see you in the next video.